do. Ooh, and maybe this is the part where I need to do that. Okay, then. All right, got that set up. Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome in. I've got several people in here tonight. Very, very exciting. Um, Let me see here. I've got my tablet down here. If my camera shot looks different, it's because I've got my phone set up here to stream instead of my computer. And I have got the stream. Ooh, hey, look, it's me. Um, anyway, let me say who is in the chat tonight. I've got Space Mountain Dave. Hi, Dave. I know Dawn was in very first. Hello, Dawn, the Hitchhiking Bones. Tennessee Bear, Tim, hello. How are you? Howdy. Monarch Moments, Garrett, hello, hello. Carol Karki, hello, welcome in. Tina DCS, hello. And Chuck, hello. Jonathan Chong, hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. I see Don again came back. So hello everybody. Gobbles and giggles. Happy Thursday night. So I've got a few things that I do want to show, little show and tell. I received some books yesterday from Tina McNeil, sent me some stories that you will be seeing and hearing on the stream on this show coming up in the future, the near future, around Easter actually, because this is the one, is How to Catch the Easter Bunny. How to Catch the Easter Bunny. Looks like it's a really cute book. Next one is Happy Easter, Curious George. And I have not even thought about reading Curious George on the stream. So like sometime like later in the spring, I'm gonna maybe get some of the Curious George books. That gives me a great idea once I get through some more of my Disney ones and these that I've received. And then this I've got, this is the last one from Tina, is 5-minute Disney bunny stories. So we're going to have a lot of bunnies right around Easter time in the springtime. And then I actually ordered a couple books for myself because I know how to use the Amazon. I ordered, this is another Easter one, it's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. And I also ordered the it's Valentine's Day. It's a Valentine's Day Charlie Brown. I forget the exact title. It's the, I think it's a Happy Valentine's Day Charlie Brown. So, yeah. So anyway, that wanted to show those, and I had something else I thought I was going to show off really quickly. Anyway, maybe that was it. Yeah, shiny eggs. This is a very pretty cover, isn't it? Pretty cover. Easter. It's the Easter Beagle. So looking forward to reading that around Easter. So that'll be coming up on the channel at some point in the future. But for tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and get going on the story. Um, very quickly here. This will be our first story. This is one I've had for a while, and I wanted to go ahead and read it. Um, Quasimodo to the rescue. This is, of course, based on um, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, with the gargoyles there and Quasimodo. That'll be the first story. It's a little longer than some of the other kinds of stories, so um, hopefully I can get through it in. Oh, hi Nick, Movie Mania Nick. Hello, happy Tuesday. So then our second story tonight will be this. And hello, Diana and Mike Cabral. Hello, hello, hello. So let me go ahead and let's get started with Disney's Quasimodo to the rescue. Long ago in the city of Paris, a bell ringer lived in the tower of Notre Dame Cathedral. His name was Quasimodo. He lived there for many years with only 3 stone gargoyles for friends. Their names were Victor, Laverne, and Hugo, and they could only come to life for Quasimodo. Eventually, Quasimodo made new friends in the streets of Paris, but he still lived in the bell tower, and the gargoyles remained his closest friends. Quasimodo was always happy to greet them each morning when he rang the cathedral bells to wake the people of Paris. Bong, 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 ring the bells of Notre Dame. Da 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 da. When the bells stopped ringing, the gargoyles complained to their friend. What a racket, cried Hugo, the fattest gargoyle. Why can't people just get a rooster? Yes, agreed Victor, the tallest gargoyle. That noise gives me a headache. Suddenly, Quasimodo heard the voice of another friend. It was Esmeralda. She was waving from the street below. I have a surprise for you, Quasimodo, she called. Lower your bucket. Quasimodo lowered a bucket. Esmeralda sent it back up with a big, juicy watermelon inside. Oh my goodness, we're making people hungry on the stream tonight. Esmeralda is so kind, Quasimodo said. He swallowed a big bite of watermelon. But the gargoyles were still in a bad mood. At least she thinks about her friends, said Laverne as she shooed away some pigeons. Can't you do anything about these pigeons, Quasi? That night, as Quasimodo slept, a storm arrived. The sky lit up with lightning. Victor, Laverne, and Hugo began to shiver. It looks like rain, said Victor. Oh, I hate getting my wings wet, cried Hugo. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning hit the bell tower. The railing broke apart. The gargoyles fell into the darkness below. Dun, dun, dun. By morning the storm was over. The sun shone brightly and cheerfully once more. The people of Paris awoke to find their city washed clean by the rain. A farmer had left his cart outside the cathedral. Now that the storm was over, he started on his way home. Hmm, this wagon feels heavy, he said to his horse. If I didn't know better, I'd say we still had a load of watermelons in the back. Meanwhile, Quasimodo was getting ready to ring the bells. Some storm last night, he called to the gargoyles. There was no answer. Oh no, he cried. My friends are gone. Oh no, his friends are gone. Quasimodo quickly guessed what had happened. He ran down the tower steps as fast as he could. What's your hurry? Esmeralda asked as Quasimodo rushed past. Quasimodo pointed to the bell tower. He told Esmeralda about the three missing statues. They're missing. Esmeralda looked at her goat, Jolly. He was nibbling some straw in the street. That gave her an idea. There was a cart right at this spot yesterday, she told Quasimodo. Maybe the statues fell into it. If you follow the trail of straw, I think you'll find them. Hmm, we're on the case. By then, the farmer had arrived home. He was just starting to load his cart with fresh watermelons when he saw the gargoyles. Monsters! He cried, and he dropped a watermelon right on his foot. Oh no, said his wife. Don't worry. They are only made of stone. Later that day, Quasimodo reached the end of the trail of straw. Have you seen three statues? He asked the farmer. I sold one of them to the blacksmith next door, the farmer started to say. Before the farmer could finish, Quasimodo quickly thanked him and hurried to the blacksmith's shop. The blacksmith was just about to pound a horseshoe on Victor's head when Quasimodo arrived. Stop! Shouted Quasimodo, but it was too late. Down came the hammer. Hi, Dave, by the way. Welcome in, Space Mountain Dave. How are you? Quasimodo quickly paid the blacksmith for Victor and carried him back to the farmer's field. Now I have a headache. I'll never complain about those bells again, Victor moaned as he rubbed his head. Quasimodo was glad to have Victor back. Do you know what happened to the other two statues? He asked the farmer. The farmer nodded. A ship's captain wanted one of them. His boat is on the river. In a flash, Quasimodo was racing off to the river. He got there just in time to see Hugo about to be tossed overboard. The captain was using him as an anchor. "Stop!" shouted Quasimodo. Uh-oh. But it was too late. Splash went Hugo. Without stopping to think, Quasimodo dived into the river to save his friend. He knew that Hugo hated water. Quasimodo swam to the bottom of the river. Poor Hugo was stuck in the mud next to an old ship's anchor. Quasimodo tugged and pulled until he finally freed Hugo. "How dare you steal my anchor?" the ship's captain shouted at Quasimodo. "This is really my statue," he replied, "but I will get you an even better anchor for your ship." Hey, Brian, welcome in. Quasimodo left Hugo on the deck and dived into the river once more. He quickly pulled the old he quickly pulled the old anchor out of the mud. That ugly old statue was a terrible anchor anyway, the captain grunted. "Who's he calling ugly?" Hugo asked as Quasimodo carried him back to the farm. Quasimodo left Hugo beside Victor and asked the farmer about the third statue. The farmer pointed to his watermelon patch. Oh, the watermelon patch. "Just see for yourself," the farmer said. "I thought that ugly statue would make a good scarecrow, but the birds can't seem to leave it alone. Take it if you want to." All the crows had indeed flocked to Laverne. "Looks like you've made some new friends," Quasimodo said to Laverne. He chuckled at the flock of crows flying around her head. "Just get me out of here, please," hissed Laverne. The kind farmer let Quasimodo use his cart to bring the statues back to the cathedral. Victor, Laverne, and Hugo sat as quiet as stones in the back. The sun was setting when Quasimodo and the gargoyles returned to Paris. Quasimodo lifted the gargoyles back up to their places on the bell tower. Thank you for rescuing us, Quasi, Victor said. Yes, but I do think we should get out to the country more often, said Hugo. You've got rocks in your head, said Laverne. At least the city birds have some manners. Their country cousins have no respect for age or beauty, not like our friend Quasimodo. Oh, and that is the end of Quasimodo to the rescue. Very fun, very fun. I've had this for a while and it has just been sitting on the shelf collecting dust. Let me see what I missed. One second, I'm looking down at my tablet. Oh, Carol's lying down. Glad I am working to relax you, Carol. Let's see. Brian came in. Hello, Brian. Diana came in. Hello, hello, everyone. Think I said hello to everybody. If there's anyone watching that I missed, hello. So next, our second story tonight, Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Alice was growing very tired, listening to her sister read. Just as her eyes began to close, she saw a white rabbit hurry by, looking at his pocket watch and talking to himself. Alice thought that was very curious indeed. A talking rabbit with a pocket watch. So she followed him into a rabbit hole beneath a big tree, and down she fell, down to the center of the world, it seemed. Ah! When Alice landed with a thump, the white rabbit was just disappearing through a door which was much too small for her. Alice drank from a bottle on the table and shrank away to a very tiny size. But now she could not reach the key to the little door. Oh no. Good night, Mike. Have a great night. Thanks for coming in. At last Alice found a way to get through the little door. Seated on a bottle, she floated into Wonderland on a mysterious sea. And good night, Diana. Have a great night. Thanks for coming in. On through Wonderland Alice went, looking for the White Rabbit. She met two jolly fellows, Tweedledum and Tweedledee. They did not know the rabbit, so Alice hurried on. At a neat little house in the woods, at last she met the White Rabbit himself. Hmm. The rabbit sent Alice into his little house to hunt for his gloves, but instead she found some cookies labeled "Take one." So she did. The cookie made Alice grow as big as the house. What a sight! Rabbit and his friend Dodo thought she was a dreadful monster. Alice picked a carrot from Rabbit's garden. Eating it made her small again, so small she was soon lost in a forest of grass. Interesting. Alice found herself in a garden of talking live flowers. There were bread and butterflies and rocking horseflies too. Alice thought the garden was a pleasant place, but the flowers thought Alice was just a weed, so they would not let her stay. Next, Alice met a haughty caterpillar blowing smoke rings. He told Alice to eat his mushroom if she wished to change her size. E-I-O-U, E-I-O-U, E-I-O-U. Alice sampled one side and shot up taller than the treetops, frightening the birds. But another bite made Alice just the right size. Right, Tina. Now, which way shall I go? Alice wondered. The signposts she found along the path were no help. They pointed all over. I'd be a little confused myself. If I were looking for the White Rabbit, I'd ask the Mad Hatter, said a grinning Cheshire Cat up in a tree. He lives down there. Alice found the Mad Hatter and the March Hare celebrating their unbirthdays at a tea party. She joined them for a while. After that nonsensical tea party, Alice wanted to go home, but none of the strange creatures seemed to know the way. Alice wandered into the Queen's garden. Soon along came the royal procession. And who should be the royal trumpeter but the White Rabbit himself? The Queen of Hearts asked Alice to play croquet, but Alice did not like the looks of the game. "Off with her head!" cried the Queen. Away Alice ran, while the army of cards gave chase down all the tangled paths of Wonderland and back to the river bank. "I'm glad to be back where things are really what they seem," said Alice, as she woke up from her strange Wonderland dream. And that is the end of Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland. Let me check the chat. Do, 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 do. Mm. Do, 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 do. So yeah, Don, these illustrations in here are from the Walt Disney Studio, adapted. I guess this would be the story adapted by Al Dempster, from the motion picture based on the story by Lewis Carroll. But yeah, I do like the illustrations in the book. Very, very pretty. And aloha, Lena. Welcome in. Great to have you here. And that is our second and final story tonight. Let me see if I can scroll back here. Because I saw Dawn had put in my new schedule, but I can go here to the. So I will be live next Thursday for Once Upon a Turkey Leg, and it will be my Valentine's Day stream because the next Thursday will be after Valentine's Day. So next week, on the 9th, will be Valentine's Day stories. I have, of course, the Charlie Brown one I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that I have on order. It's supposed to come tomorrow. So I will read that and I will pick a Disney love story, which really shouldn't be hard because pretty much all of them would fit for Valentine's Day. Next, coming up on Tuesday, which is the 7th, Newsflash Disney will be starting 9 o'clock p.m. And then the following Monday, which is the 13th, the Merchant Munchies Hour will be launching. Will be a Monday at noon. That starts on the 13th. That is a new show. So I'm looking forward to that. So next week, next Tuesday, is the start of the new Newsflash Disney. And here we go. Newsflash Disney, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Returns to the channel February 7th, and that is 9 p.m. Eastern. That'll be Disney news, updates, commentary. Thank you, Don. Yes. Okay. Do that. Also, a new show again, Merchant Munchies Hour. I'll be starting on the 13th, which is 2 weeks. It's about a week and a half. No, wait a minute. It's about a week and a half. Okay, week and a half. That'll start. So anyway, thank you everyone for coming in. Thank you all for watching. It's great having everybody. And so yeah, I'll see you next week for Valentine's stories. It'll be a lot of fun. And so everyone watching live, and on the replay, if you're watching on the replay, if you would, if you haven't already, pop the like button for me. And if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments, and I will reply to you promptly. And so have a gobble-tastic evening, and I'll see you in the next stream. So take care, everybody. Do 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 do.